The following is 3 separate talks given on April 30th, 2018 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The talks were given at the JSSS meeting by His Grace Tattva Vid Prabhu and Her Grace Shanti Rupa Devidasi and His Grace Mahesh Adwaita Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I think in 1981, someone April, I got this BDG and and then there's a card in there. Every Sunday and Wednesday there's a program and we are in Anagasing and things like that. So I went to the temple. When I went to the temple, Vrindavan Chandra Prabhu had just come back after initiation in April. Okay, Ram Sharan was the temple president. And Janaki Mataji was there taking care of the cooking prasadam and all that. So went for the program. We were going on for some time, and then after 1 or 2 months later, somewhere in June, July, it's 22nd I think, June 22nd, we got a call from Ram Sharan Prabhu saying that a sannyasi is coming to Malaysia and he'll be giving a class, so please come over. So I called her, and both of us we went to the temple in Anagasing, and we saw this very effulgent, bright, young, beautiful, handsome personality, And he gave us a nice class. I think he touched on the 2nd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. It was a very wonderful class. And then after the class, they asked us to go to the...
I should tell that.
Yeah. They said, go to the room, just a moment.
So, yes. So after the class, we had prasadam and all that, and we walked away to the car. At that time, it had a compound where a few cars could be parked in the temple. So we got into the car, and in the rearview mirror, my husband could see the temple president running behind the car. So we stopped the car, and then he came up to us and he said, Guru Maharaj wants to see you all. Come in. So we said, no, it's okay, it's not necessary. No, he put it this way, come and have darshan of Guru Maharaj. So we said, no, it's all right. We were very neophyte at that time. And we were really actually trying to avoid the whole situation, So we said, no, it's all right. It's getting late. We want to go home and all that. But he insisted, people who know Ram Sharan Prabhu, you cannot say no to him. He's that kind of a personality. So we reversed back, parked the car, and we came in. And then there was a room where Guru Maharaj is sitting, and just a few of us are inside the room. And then he said, you can ask some questions. Okay. So I was the first one to ask questions there. So I said, I'm very happy, because in the class he touched upon how, this material world is full of misery and this and that. I told him, for me, this material world is not miserable. Okay? I am happy here, I have everything I wanted, and you said we have to go to Goloka, to be really happy. But I said, what about Shivaloka and, everything? Wherever you go, you can find happiness in that case. My question was in that line, So then Guru Maharaj really took pains, asked for a Brahma Samhita, and he wanted to answer the question how there are different lokas and their situations of the lokas, and the highest is Goloko. Vrindavan and all that and that time, they didn't have this Brahma Samhita. They went searching for the Brahma Samhita, and meanwhile Guru Maharaj was explaining. And then I asked some other question, And after that, okay, the question and answer session was finished. And then we thought, okay, let's run. Okay. Then we again went out, we just slipped out of the room. And Guru Maharaj was giving out prasadam. So he was giving out he had come from Hawaii, and he brought some dried prasadam, something like, the South Indian vadai kind of thing, he had brought some dried prasadam. So he was giving out prasadam. We didn't want to take all that. So we just walked out Walked out, and again we went to the car. Again the temple president came running. He said, Guru Maharaj wants you all to take prasadam, come. So we came, and we saw that everybody is bowing to him and all that. So then we bowed down. It was like a compulsory thing for us. It was not really out of the heart, at least for me. I don't know about him. And then we took this prasadam and we came home. But we were really into this Krishna consciousness from day one, because we really felt that, this is our culture. And this culture, because at that time there were a lot of Westerners in the temple, a few Westerners were there. And we were really taken aback by their commitment to this religion, And then we thought that it's our duty also to be in this, to learn more about this religion and become more serious about religion. So actually the first day we went, we never stopped going to the temple since then, that was in 1981.
And
That is the first time he's coming to Malaysia. His first visit to Malaysia in June 1981.
Then we started going to the temple, because Ram Shura and Janaki Mataji really were wonderful personalities. They kept us very warm and comfortable and happy. And he gave very nice classes. So we started going. And then I think she told you about the problem, how the problem started.
We took the family to the first Janmashtami celebration in Girl Guides Hall in Brickfields. That was in 1981. Those days, because the temple was small, we held our programs outside in bigger halls. So 1981 it was in Girl Guides Hall. 1982 it was, from 1982 onwards, we were celebrating in Lakshmi Narayan temple for many years. For many years. I remember even if after I got initiated, we used to go there and cook, and I never felt comfortable cooking there, for the Janmashtami. And then slowly we said this is not the right thing which we are doing, using their utensils and all that. So we came out of that thing and we started conducting Then we also procured this place. I think 1984 we got this current place, this temple, current temple. And then we started using this temple premises and the adjacent lands for Janmashtami. So we stopped going to the temple. So the recording of Lakshmi Narayan temple is with us. But when we took the family to Girl Guides Hall, there was, Ram Sharan Prabhu is a dramatic person. He loves dramas, and he's a good actor. He's a good singer. He's an overall person, Yeah. And he's a very good leader. Unlike other temple presidents, we have been through all the temple presidents, worked under all of them, until now. And we are yet to see somebody like him. Because all the others, they do things themselves, they'll do, but he was not like that. He was a true leader, he'll be like you, his chadar on top, very clean. Any time of the day you see him, spotless, dhoti, the way he sits down to give lecture, the tuxes, dhoti. Perfect person, and he never dirties himself with any work in the temple. He will just be a temple president and he'll command. And everybody did everything at that time. You see, now temple presidents, nobody is listening to the commander and temple president. But last time it was not like that. He was very organized, and everything went on very smoothly. He didn't have to do anything. So he was that kind of personality, and he used to do a lot of dramas. Wonderful dramas. So in Girl Guides Hall, he had a full cultural show. And we took our whole family to his parents, his sister, and the husband, and all of them. We said there is a program, so all of you. So the mother, from that day onwards, and he started talking to the mother about the Gita and what it says. After the program, she was very impressed. And I think the same day, if I'm not mistaken, or a couple of days later, she said she wants to give up meat eating. She wants to start chanting. And she took it like this. She was very, very quick in taking up Krishna consciousness. And she did very well in her Krishna consciousness. And that's why she took initiation first. We were a little slow, especially him. He was into reading but not chanting. And Guru Maharaj really encouraged him to chant. Okay, are you chanting 2 rounds today? Are you chanting 4 rounds today? That kind of thing. So he asked someone else at the time here about why aren't you chanting 16 rounds? So the person asked, but for Dr. Raj, you're saying only 2 rounds, 4 rounds. Why are you insisting I must chant 16 rounds? He said, no, he is coming up slowly, so I have to encourage him. But you are already there, so you have to chant 16 rounds, that kind of thing, So, and then finally, we all became Krishna conscious. But because of all these things I told you, many people lost faith during this episode. Because it was not an easy thing, It was, I think, Prabhupada's mercy that we somehow went through that period, that phase. Somehow a few of us stuck to each other. We derived some inspiration from each other, and we somehow got through it, and we remained still. Otherwise, many people from that temple moved out of ISKCON itself. Many important people, most of them our friends, they lost faith in ISKCON after that. So then it took some time to build up the faith. So when Guru Maharaj came here, we very vividly remember, first Prabha Vishnu Swami was staying here, okay. After that, did Bhanu Maharaj come with Guru Maharaj?
No, Prabha Vishnu, Atma Vidya and Brajendra Swami was staying
in that house, in my sister-in-law's house close by. And after that, they told us that Guru Maharaj is coming now with Bhanu Maharaj. So the day they arrived, so we went and cleaned up that house, and then we put a small altar in the hall, everything, and for him to sit down, all this thing we did. And you see, Ram Sharan Prabhu left. So that was another big blow for us, because he couldn't take the whatever these devotees were doing to him. I don't want to mention things here. So he abruptly, even without telling, because he was so close to us, he was really our mentor in every aspect. And even without telling any of us, he just left. He just left to London with his wife. And later on what happened was, then this thing happened and they came and stayed here. Then the Guru Maharaj was coming, and he came there as usual, the same demeanor, very effulgent, walks in like a boss. And then he sits there, he gave a small talk, he gave a small speech. And this is Guru Maharaj's nature those days. He will, as soon as he arrives, he doesn't go up to the room and all that. There will be a few of us there to receive him, whether it is 10 people or 15 people or 2 persons. He will come, sit in the Vyasasan, and he will tell us where he is coming from, and why he is here, and then where is his next destination, how many days he is going to stay here, and he'll tell us what he did in the past. What he did in the temple, what happened, all that he'll give us. So that's his usual style, before. That introduction used to be like that. Yes, exactly. That's the arrival. He had this very typical arrival address. So he came here, he gave this arrival address, and then at that time I was using the clicker. And those days clickers are quite noisy. Click, click, they go on click, click. And he said something, and there was also this lizard making noise. And he said, tick, tick, tick. I thought, oh my God, he's telling me about my clicker. I didn't realize it's the lizard. And I stopped chanting immediately, And that was one thing. Then after that, he went up to his room. And you see, at that time, we were not initiated. But we were following 4 regulative principles. We were chanting. We were doing everything. But all these things, things which happened, didn't give us enough faith to commit ourselves fully, So when he came here, you see, he is staying with people who are not initiated. I say at that time, my mother-in-law also was not initiated. And he has to eat from our house. The food has to go from our house. So he found out who is cooking. So they told that I am cooking. So he called me and he told me, so you are doing the cooking? I said, yes. And then at that time, my sister-in-law also, his sister was also there. So apparently he has asked her for the offering mantras and all that, but she couldn't say. She's some thought block, she couldn't. Then I was doing something inside the house, they called me. Then he asked me for the offering mantras, and I told the offering mantras. And he told me how I should say his pranam. Before that we were saying Hansadutta pranam. So he taught me to say his pranam. So it was like a mini initiation kind of thing, like a shelter, we can call that, So, and he gave me some advice on cooking, what to do, how to cook according to his taste and things like that. And how it can be simple, no need to, really bother and all that. And since then I started cooking for him. Actually looking back and thinking back, I thought, this must be a small, like to make me bona fide for him to cook. He just did that, don't make me recite his, just like how they do now when they take shelter, they say Guru's pranam mantra and all that. So like that he told me to repeat his pranam mantra and then the offering mantras, and then he was very happy, and he said, okay, you can cook for me. So that kind of thing. And so that has been going on. And I remember once I made the South Indian sambar for him. And I cut some cabbage, when we chance, usually they do it with onion. So instead of onion, we are not using onion. So I have this habit of putting some cabbage instead of onions. So I put those cabbage and I chanced it, and I sent the sambar to him. So he saw those cabbage floating. He said, call her and find out. And that time no hand phone, only landlines. Find out if this is onion. So Guru Maharaj was really very particular about his food. That goes to same. And then like this we have many episodes. And this house is very, very, very fortunate house. It's a very gifted house, because Guru Maharaj came here every day, sat here for at least I think more than a month to give classes. Every day we were here cooking for people. About 20 people used to gather here, and there were classes going on. And that's when Guru Maharaj shouted. He was left alone. And we never used to go to Guru Maharaj so much talk, but we were very friendly with Prabhavishnu Swami. And of course Bhanu Swami is such a quiet person. He hardly speaks to any of us. He'll come quietly, sit down in one corner. He never talks to any of us. But Prabhavishnu Swami, on the other hand, is very vocal, and he keeps talking and telling us something or the other. So we were always with him. We will always talk to him and all. And we will be sitting here, and Guru Maharaj was here. There was a curtain here at that time, because that was the altar room. So he shouted suddenly, once, but then all of us went there, so, and then he said, how long are you all going to be here, coming to this house like this? We have to find a place. Come on, we can't be burdening this family and this and that. He shouted at actually Prabhavishnu Swami and Bhanu Maharaj and all that. And Brajendra Nandana Maharaj. Yeah, exactly. No, you see the temple, the temple people were so much against them. Hansadutta people were there. So now we have to find our own temple. Then the next day, he and Thyaga Chaitanya Prabhu saw the papers and all that, went and in one place, Taman Kanakapuram, they went and rented a place. And Bhanu Maharaj was the first temple president under Guru Maharaj. So Bhanu Maharaj was left here. And he was actually the temple president, and that brahmachari, that Kalakrishna Prabhu, he was with him. And Bhanu Maharaj was such at that time we were so new. We don't know sannyasis, we shouldn't allow sannyasis to wash plates. We shouldn't allow sannyasis to mop the floor and things. But Bhanu Maharaj did everything, and he'll wash the drain. He'll keep the temple very clean. And this boy will go for book distribution and come back. And Sundays, we'll just put our plates there. He will cook the feast, and he will just put the plates there, and he will wash the plates. He'll do everything. He will do everything, Bhanu Maharaj. And he will give us Sanskrit classes. And then Guru Maharaj came there again. And after that, Guru Maharaj started coming very, very often. He started coming very often to Malaysia. Every time after Vyasa Puja, his first trip out of Mayapur will be to Malaysia. He has mentioned that Malaysia is his second home. He loved Malaysia so much. And he came very often. He came at least 2 to 3 times a year. He came very often to Malaysia. And I remember, I've had a lot of, and when we were here, he used to come to eat to this place. He used to walk and come. He'll walk from that place and come. And what happened was, one day they're going to have a meeting with this opposition party. Okay. And Guru Maharaj was the only person who's coming, Prabhavishnu Swami, because they are really angry with Prabhavishnu Maharaj and Bhakti Vijayendra Maharaj. Like, we used to get threatening calls, threatening us also. Oh, you're not telling us where they are, where are they housed, tell us now, now we are going to give you all problems. You see what we are going to do. Like that kind of problems even we had, so imagine how much they will have. So we kept it like a secret place, and that kind of thing where they were staying. But Guru Maharaj used to walk, and so he walked. It was about morning. He called me on the landline and he said, I'm coming to your house because this devotees from Hansaduta's camp are coming to talk to me. So Maharaj came. 3 p.m. he's coming, hot sun, he's come, his face all red, sweating, he's coming. So came, as usual, he sits there, and just as he is entering, the electricity went off. And I didn't know what to do. We don't have a hand fan in the house. We don't have a fan. I must give him a newspaper or something. And I was feeling very embarrassed to give a newspaper to fan, to Guru Maharaj. So what I did, I took the big peacock fan. We had a big peacock fan, very big peacock fan. So I took that peacock fan from there and gave it to Guru Maharaj and asked him to fan himself. You see, I was the only lady, and my mother-in-law is there, and Maharani is there. Okay, the three of us are here, only 3 of us, and she is there. She is also there. Madhuri, she is my mother-in-law's sister. She stays with us. Not she, the other lady behind. So Guru Maharaj started fanning. The fan is so big that it's hitting him. It's hitting his face. You can't use that fan to fan yourself. You see, it's got a small handle. And then, he has to really keep it like this to fan, I think. It's totally uncomfortable. Guru Maharaj just left it on the table there. And I gave him a clean towel, and he's wiping and he's really sweating. And I was feeling so bad. Then I told my mother-in-law, see, you are an old lady. You can go and fan him. It's okay, isn't it? She refused. Oh, I'm scared. I'm not going. Maharani, I said, you are his disciple. Go, go and fan him. She also said. So I went, said, Guru Maharaj, can I fan you?
It's not Guru Maharaj.
Maharaj, can I fan you? So then Maharaj said, yes, you can. And he took the fan and gave me. So then I was fanning. But at the same time, because I know what is going on, I was really in apprehension. Opposition party is coming. I'm a young lady at that time, in my late 20s maybe, and Guru Maharaj is a young sannyasi, and if they'll make this an issue now, I was really chanting very, very, very fervently, and just minutes before that party was coming, the electricity came on. So like this, we had a lot of pastimes, and then I was actually pregnant with my second child at that time. And then Guru Maharaj will come here to eat, and at that time there were a lot of furniture here and there. And I will tell him, come and sit down on the dining table to eat. It's easier for me to serve him, you see. No, I want to sit on the floor. So if he sits on the floor, I have to really move the furniture here and there. So he saw me moving the furniture. He said, no, you don't move. So he moved all the furniture himself. He put his seat himself. He took there's a long table there. The table, I still have the table. The table, he brought it and put it in front of him. And then he said, he sat down and he said, okay, now it'll be easy for you to serve me. And then I used to serve him food. And I used to be really intrigued the way he used to eat the yogurt. And he used to bite the chili, and the way he'll take the lime and just squeeze it on the yogurt or on the rice, that was all very new to me. And very fascinating, in fact, to me, And well, things went on like this, and things got more settled in Malaysia. And they were going to and fro, meeting a lot of people here to settle the issue with the lawyers and things, and they had to re-register the society again, and so many things happened, and Guru Maharaj was always on the move every time, and he settled all the issues, and only then he left. So he went back and came back again, stayed with us for a few weeks, and then after that it was just the yearly thing. So during this stay, he really had a soft corner, I should say, for me, because maybe because I was cooking, and I'm an Indian lady from India, and I used to be a little prompt with the slokas and things like that. When he asks me something, I could answer. So he was, I remember he asked me about this Harer Nama Eva Kevalam. No, he asked me, does anybody know? And that time everybody was, not many people knew. So I told the thing, he was extremely impressed by that. So he always, I cherish all those moments. And once I went up and slept. See, I had a small daughter, you saw. So she was sleepy, so I always go up to put her to sleep in between the program. So I went up, and I think must have been too tired. I too slept along with her. And the program was going on here, and in the end, always we make a sweet to be distributed. So he was distributing the sweet, and he was looking for me. So they said she has gone up to sleep. He came up. But this, the one more, Tyaga Chaitanya Prabhu's wife, she knew, that I had gone to bed already. She ran before Guru Maharaj. And she came and opened the door and she said, Maharaj is coming, Maharaj is coming. So then I came out, and then just at that landing there, he gave me the sweet, and he came down. And every time after the program, you see, I'll be the last one to eat. Both of us will be the last ones to eat. And he will come to serve us. He'll always come and serve us. Come, let me serve prasadam for us. So... Yes. So that's why I said we are really fortunate. We are extremely fortunate in that this. He used to come and serve us. So these are some of the wonderful qualities of Guru Maharaj. Where he never kind of saw a difference between male and female body. He saw everybody as spirit souls, and he never saw senior, junior devotee. Not initiated devotee. He never had the difference, And many things actually happened. Even when he had a cut here in the neck in Madrid, in Spain, then the scar was very, very, very prominent scar. So he wanted that scar to be less. So we arranged for a doctor, one of the doctors here, who took him to the hospital, to University Hospital, and he did he actually incised the scar, and he did the stitching. He stitched again, made it smaller, thinner, and now it's just a surgical scar, you see. The incision, the cut scar was very thick and a little ugly, it was very thick. So we did that for Guru Maharaj, and after the sutures have to be removed now. So this doctor, he's a specialist. And Guru Maharaj didn't want to go back to that hospital again because it's a general hospital. So this specialist, he brought his wife along, who is a nurse, but she has lost touch with nursing for some time now, So he brought along, and they brought this scissors and everything to remove the sutures. Then I asked, what are you all going to do? They said, we are very nervous. We need to remove the sutures, and we are very nervous. We don't know what to do. And the lady said, I've hardly done all this work, and my husband cannot see properly, because they are very minute sutures. I said, no worries. Rather than you all doing, I'm more confident in this part, I will do this for Guru Maharaj. If you all are not confident, I don't want you all to do it. I will do this for Guru Maharaj. Then I went and asked Guru Maharaj, can I take out the stitches for Guru? He said, yes, why not? And then I took out all the sutures for him neatly and cleaned the wound. So this way, as a doctor, disciple, I had a lot of...
Because you're a doctor?
Yes.
Medical team?
I am in the health forum as well. So that was, and even last time what I will do is whenever I want to check him, I used gloves, or I will ask the servant, okay, come press his leg to see whether he's got swelling on it. He'll tell me, no, you can do it. You are a doctor. It doesn't matter. You are my disciple too. So you can touch my feet and press and find out whatever you want, the way you want to check me. So these were some extra privileges that was given to me actually because of my profession, because of his disciple, and which we really cherish all this. These are moments which we will never forget. The mercy which he has showered upon us, so much of he had so much of faith, in as a doctor in us, so that's very nice. And Guru Maharaj often, even recently, I think there was a debate going on some procedure for him, and he in fact, and I didn't comment at all. I just kept quiet because there were other people commenting, and it was quite in tandem with my thoughts. So I thought no need to repeat the whole thing again, and and they're more experienced than me, some of the doctors there. But he called up. Mahavara Prabhu called me up and he says, Guru Maharaj is listening to you, because I was just chit-chatting with Mahavara Prabhu. He said, wait. You are on speaker and Guru Maharaj is listening to you. He wants to know about this thing, about his, he wants you to give your comment.
What year?
I think just recently, quite recently, maybe 2 years ago or something like that. And then, of course, I gave my comments to Guru Maharaj and he said, you put it in the health forum. You write your thoughts there, you must do that. And so like that, and he loves Malaysia. Even now, even recently he said, if this liver transplant can be done in Malaysia, I like to go to Malaysia. He said, can it be done in Malaysia or Australia? Rather than Chennai, if you all can arrange something like that, then I can. I did speak to a few people, but I think it's not possible. So like that, Guru Maharaj likes Malaysia so much. He really loves Malaysia. And this is all because of all the devotees, his disciples who are very nice disciples and who will do anything for him. So, he has that kind of disciples in Malaysia. And like this, there are so many things to relate, Prabhu. I think I can go on talking. I think I'm taking too much. I think you talk about Ashwin. Speak. And Guru Maharaj had this very nice reciprocation those days. Every Deepavali, Damodara month, during the Deepavali, he'll go house visiting, because in Malaysia this is a culture. Because this is a multiracial country, we have an open house where people can come, your neighbors, everybody will come and have some prasadam. No swinging, that is Julan Yatra is different. This is open for other people as well, not only devotees. Every house, they call their friends in, working people come. They walk in anytime, eat something and go back, exchange greetings, that kind of thing. So Guru Maharaj kind of saw this culture and he went to every house on that day. Morning he will start and usually he has his lunch here in this house. Then he'll rest for a while upstairs. And after a couple of hours of rest, then he goes again to other houses. So, no, it's all over this Kuala Lumpur. Different places. They will select a few devotees' houses, maybe 20 houses he'll go in one day. Just go in those houses, he doesn't spend much time, because he'll just go in, they will offer something, he may eat, may not eat, and they will take a group photograph, that kind of thing. Very nice. We have a lot of photographs like that, I think. So, and then some will give Guru Dakshina. The collections on that day will be great for Guru Maharaj, actually. Everywhere they go, they'll give a lot of Dakshina for him. So, so he used to come every year during that time. One year, his nephew was in hospital. He had a very bad accident and he was actually in coma. He had a bad head injury and the both of them, his sister and the brother-in-law, her husband, Ravi Lochan Das, are very favorite disciples of Guru Maharaj. Actually, he was Guru Maharaj's driver those days, everywhere, picking him up from the airport, going him to all the Radha Yatras in every town, all over Malaysia, he will drive Guru Maharaj. So, his son actually had this accident, So, I think you should say this, you know the details.
So, when Guru Maharaj gets up, then I used to go to his room. He knows that I'll be with him. So, Ravi Lochan told me, tell Guru Maharaj about Ashwin, ask him to pray for him. So when I told Guru Maharaj said, no, I'll go to the hospital. I want to go and see him. Okay? So Guru Maharaj did go to the hospital. This boy, the doctors lost faith in him. He says he'll never survive. If at all he survive, he'll be a vegetable. He'll never survive, It's so bad. And they put him in a ward, what do you call it? Intensive care unit. And of all the people who are about to leave their body, they'll be left in that ward. When Guru Maharaj went in, he supposed to be in coma, he just got up and paid obeisances. Bed. And then like that, and the neighboring beds, there were also a lot of people. There were some Chinese man who's also about to leave his body. So when Guru Maharaj came out to see Ravi Lochan, after seeing Ashwin, the the lady ran up to Ravi Lochan and said, who's this person? How has he brought this person alive again? Ask him to do some favor for my husband also. He may leave his body anytime. So Guru Maharaj gave that person the Narshinga oil. And I'm told that after a few days, that person also was discharged, became normal. And Ashwin also became normal. And then after some time, Ashwin wanted to go and see her. He just went to a friend's house. He went to a friend's house. And in that friend's house, there was this astrologer, is it? Astrologer. He said, do you know that you have left your body? Your soul was just around you, And how said you came back to life? Then he said, actually, there was a sadhu, a white sadhu. He came and he brought back the soul into your body. And today you are alive. It's because of him.
This deity is actually gifted to us by his cousin. Because of some favor which we did for the family. He went to Vrindavan and he thought, oh, these people are Krishna conscious. So best thing is they will appreciate Radha Krishna deity. So he brought Radha Gokulanand. So he brought the deity, and then when he brought the deity, I said, no, sorry, we cannot worship these deities because the Guru has to give us permission. And, it's not easy to worship Radha Krishna deities. So what we did, we nicely packed them up in a dhoti and we just left them in the cupboard. And then that same year, I was attending a Janmashtami meeting in the temple. Just few of us, Simeshwar Prabhu was the temple president at the time. And for the first time in Malaysia, we are going to use what other temples do. Other temples, they have the sponsorship of conch. You sponsor 108 ringgit for one conch, a special kind of conch. And we use that conch to, they can do the abhishek with that conch and we give the conch to them. Something like that. So first time we are going to do this sponsorship scheme, in our temple. So we wanted a set of deities now. So in the meeting, Simeshwar Prabhu is saying, so we need to get a set of deities. And at that time, we were not like affluent like now, the temple. We were very, very, we had to really count our dollars and cents. So he was writing down. So one person cannot go to buy deity. At least two people must go because one person, difficult to make decision about deity, So two persons should go. So their airfare and then the deity paraphernalia and all that he is going on and on talking, about these deities. But I never mentioned that we have a set of deities here. I just kept quiet, because it involves the family, I have to ask my mother-in-law, my husband. I can't just say, okay, we have a deity at home. So I came back, I told my mother-in-law, anyway, we are not worshipping the deity, So we just give it to the temple. Let them worship, and when we are really ready to worship, we can get a new set of deities, So everybody discussed and we agreed that we will give the deity to the temple. So we told Simeshwar Prabhu, and he was very, very happy. And just before Janmashtami, like I told you, Guru Maharaj comes very often to Malaysia. So just before Janmashtami, I think somewhere in June, July, Guru Maharaj arrived. Just while he was passing through. And he stayed. I still remember it was the current sannyas room was a little different at that time. It was the upstairs room. So we were called in, and Simeshwar Prabhu was there, and Simeshwar Prabhu is telling Guru Maharaj about all the arrangements for Janmashtami. Yeah. And he said that the deity, we are very lucky, we have a deity, in Prabhu's house. So we are going to use the deity. Guru Maharaj's face changed completely, He said, you mean you're going to have Radha Krishna deities here? Yeah, and he said, yes, Guru Maharaj, we have to have a deity because we have already sent out sponsorship forms, we've done everything. You see, we didn't tell Guru Maharaj that we are doing this for the deity and all. He wants water. Then Guru Maharaj was very upset. He said, do you know what it means to have Radha Krishna deities? You are not at all qualified to have these deities here. What are you going to do with the deities after this? So he said, we'll keep them in the cupboard. Simeshwar Prabhu said, and we'll take them out many temples are doing it. Even now, currently in our temple, Narsingha deities, Ram, Lakshman, Sita, Hanuman, they're all in the cupboard. And we take them out only during festival days. So he said, we'll keep them in the cupboard and we'll take them out during festival days. Because Simeshwar himself agreed that they are not ready to worship Radha Krishna. At that time, we were very, scanty devotees and very difficult, So he said, I'm not taking the responsibility to worship them throughout. He told that to Guru Maharaj. And he said, how dare you bring me? What do you think of deities? You can just chuck them in the cupboard and bring them out when you like. There's that avalanche, And we just kept quiet all the way, and then I just walked out of the room. I just went off because I didn't want to stand there when he's scolding Simeshwar Prabhu so much. And, he said, but Simeshwar Prabhu, one thing, even at that time, he had this boldness, in making a decision. I really admire him for all throughout. He's been like that. No wonder he's the top person in Malaysia now, So he said, Guru Maharaj, we have to take these deities out. We have no other go because we have told everybody and we have to go ahead with this. We have already collected sponsorships. So I can do one thing. Let these deities go back to Mataji's house and let them be there until we get a proper arrangement for the deities. So Guru Maharaj didn't accept anything. He didn't accept going back to the cupboard. He didn't accept coming to my house. He was going on and on and on about how we are very careless with deities. He just kept telling that, And then finally I just walked out. I don't know what the decision they made. And then that day was a festival day. He has come down for some festival now. I remember some Klang Radhayatra or something like that. And I am downstairs. So I came out because I had some service also, cooking service. So I just came down and I'm making some halwa. You see the suji halwa. So I'm stirring the halwa and it was time and I have a different style of making halwa. It's not the same as other people do. I don't mix the sugar with water. I boil the water, pour it on the suji, and then I will put the sugar. And so I was the water boiled, we put the thing, then Guru Maharaj came down. And then since it was a large quantity of halwa, and there was a sack of sugar at one end of the kitchen. At that time the kitchen was open, so it's as big as this, So the stove is at that end and the sugar is here. So one brahmachari is helping me stir the suji, and the water. So I have the measurement in mind for the sugar. So that one I only must do. So I take the measuring cup. I'm taking one scoop, putting it, coming back, taking one scoop, putting. Guru Maharaj came with me to the pot. Then he came back to the sack. Then, I was putting about 4 or 5 times, He walked up, walked down. I was so embarrassed, totally embarrassed. Actually, I was shivering, Then he asked me, what are you doing? I said, I'm making suji halwa. Why didn't you put the sugar in the water? I said, this style was taught to me by Simeshwar Prabhu, and I feel the halwa turns out tastier like this. So I prefer to do this way, Guru Maharaj. Then he said, don't get into deity worship. Because he was very worried that if the deities come here and then we get too engrossed in deity worship, we may neglect temple service. That was very obvious. And he said, just do what you're doing now.
Were the other deities here?
They all came slowly, one by one, Prabhu. At that time, there was only a picture of Radha Gokulananda from London. You see, we hardly had pictures at that time. The two deity pictures were Rukmani Dwarakadish. We used to have in 1980s. It was only Rukmani Dwarakadish. We still have that picture, those old pictures, and Radha Gokulananda pictures. For worship, if you want to worship pictures at home, these were the pictures available. So we were worshipping Radha Gokulananda because his brother-in-law is a flight engineer. So from London, he bought a very beautiful picture. It's still there, And that's how these deities got the name Radha Gokulananda. You see, we were so stupid. We didn't know that the name for the deities should be given by a sannyasi or a Guru Maharaj. See, when the deities came to we took the deities. I was the one who sewed a dress for them for the first time. So I did Abhishek here in the house. And I'm supposed to take the deities to the temple that evening for the program. So the deities arrived in the temple. And there was a lot of kirtan going on. And this kirtan person, who is now a Maharaj, Mukunda Maharaj, he turned back and he asked me, Mataji, what's the name of the deity? And because all along when I was bathing them and dressing them, I was addressing them as Radha Gokulananda because I'm used to the picture, Radha Gokulananda. So I spontaneously said Radha Gokulananda. And then Jaya Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda. And that's how the deities got the name Radha Gokulananda. So like that, after that, every year when Guru Maharaj comes here, we will arrange a house program for him here, because this is a nice house, it accommodates a lot of people, and every time we have a program here. After Guru Maharaj scolded about those deities, and then the deities had to come back to my house. We didn't have any other choice, and then we were keeping them here. We dare not invite Guru Maharaj to this house anymore. I told Simeshwar Prabhu, I'm not ready for another avalanche. So a year or so passed, Then it was his 25th sannyas anniversary. So we forgot about all this, and then we arranged for a very big program here. It's a big program, and there was hardly any space for people. I don't know if you came for that program. So he came here, and we had to take out this picture. He said, come on, take out this picture. And he started a slideshow on that day on congregational preaching. We were all shocked. We are inviting him for his 25th sannyas anniversary, and he is and so many newcomers. And even the devotees cannot understand what he's trying to say about cell, division of cell. The typical last time, no Bhakti Vriksha yet. Then cell preaching. Like that, he was talking about all that. And so when he arrived, he came to this room. He came to and just then it struck me, oh my God, now Radha Krishna is here, and you know what he's going to comment. Really, both of us, I don't know how he felt. I was getting the jitters. And he stood there for a full 10 minutes in front of Radha Gokulananda. And his, the way, in front of Prabhupada and Radha Madhav also, he goes on like this, like that. Guru Maharaj used to go on and like he's talking to them. And I was just behind his shoulder. I was telling Radha Gokulananda, I know you are complaining too much to him. I don't trust you all, I said. And then he just turned behind and he said, the deities are very happy. So we really, I started, in fact, crying at the time, because we were so scared what he's going to say. And then he said, the deities are really very happy. And then he came, sat down and he gave a class. He never scolded us. So that was a nice, the deities came. This is the 25th year. I think Guru Maharaj Sannyas anniversary is coming next year, 50th. And we used to have the small, when you go to Puri, you buy the small 3 Jagannaths together. That one was there in the altar. And I used to sew small dresses for them, and small, turbans, small turbans. They were together like that. That Jagannath we had, but no other deity. So Radha Gokulananda, actually it's very this thing. First they came. Then Narsingha from the temple got chipped off a bit. So they gave the Narsingha deity to us. And the Prabhupada deity, this one of Vrindavan Chandra Prabhu, he had his Prabhupada deities. He bought a bigger deity, so he gave the deity to us. Like that, the only deity whom I so much wanted to worship, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, but they never came on their own to me. Finally, my husband saw my eagerness to worship Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, and he bought a set of deities for me from Mayapur. The shop, we have those shops there. From there, he bought many, many years ago. So that's how all the deities came.
Jagannath comes here. The festival Jagannath, the Rath Yatra Jagannath. Now it's in the north. When it's in the south, he comes and we have him here in the south.
And those deities are also very, very dear to Guru Maharaj. Smuggled, yeah. Because from Thailand you cannot bring all those things, but they actually just put them under the seat and all that, the way they brought, They just put them under the seats and then they covered them with blankets and things like that, and then they brought them. And they were in bad shape, all broken here, cracked, this and that, because they've not been worshipped for many years in Bangkok because of some problem, like this. So Guru Maharaj went and settled the problem, and he said the deities, should go to Malaysia, do something about it. So Maharaj, Bhakti Vijayendra Maharaj, he went and he brought the deities back. So like that, and then they nicely repaired the deities, painted them nicely. And in North, Kulim, I think. Yeah. Kulim, the first time the deities appeared in Kulim. They did Abhishek and all that for They actually belong to the temple, but the temple doesn't have a place for them yet, anywhere in Malaysia. So there are 2 houses they stay in. In the north, one, the devotee's house. When they come this side, they stay in our house. Rath Yatra deities, yes. That also has a pastime actually, that we were actually renovating this temple. This current temple was not like this before. It was a very small place, bungalow house. So when we started renovation, we moved to a small shop lot. A small shop lot, and we used to conduct programs there. So now we have to downsize all the things which we have to fit into that small temple. So there was a storeroom created. And when these Jagannath deities were in this temple, also nobody looked after them. Okay. Only I will go there. They were left in the dressing paraphernalia room. So I used to go pay obeisances to them, talk to them for a while, and then come back. That kind of relationship I had with this big Jagannath, And because they were just left alone like that. We never did anything. And occasionally when the Rath Yatra comes, then I used to sew dresses for them, for each Rath Yatra. And then they will go and come back to the temple like that. And one day, then my temple president said, I'm going to put, so now what are we going to do with Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra? I asked them. So we have meetings of where to put everything. I'm going to put them in the storeroom. I said, I really got angry. I said, you want to put them in the storeroom? They're deities who go for Rath Yatra. How could you do this, I said, you send them to my house. He said, it's such big deities, how can you keep? I said, there's so much place in my house, I'm willing to donate any part of my house for them. Let them come here and stay, My altar room is so big. They can stay, don't worry, you come. Then we put a table for them and kept, and then we thought that after the renovation of the temple, he will go back. But that never happened till today. And I thought now, when they built this new temple in Penang, I thought, okay, now they are going to get... And I used to tell the deities, Even Radha Gokulananda, I keep telling them, this is not your permanent place. You have to go to the temple, and I keep telling Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, soon you have to go there, and you'll be leaving us, and things like that. And I thought definitely, now this was a smaller temple. That is such a big complex, They will create something for Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. Never worked out. Till today, somehow they came back here. So it's a nice pastime with deities. All by the mercy of Guru Maharaj. Actually, there is a association for Hindus here. And a lot of North Indians were also at that time. Now it was mostly by South Indians, but last time was this person called Makanlal Saigal or somebody, and they were all anti-ISKCON people, actually, not so much of it. And we invited them to come and for the first Radha Yatra we are doing in Malaysia. Okay, and we have one person gave us his truck. We made on the truck only we made a cart, like the typical, where in the Western countries they do, make a slit in the driver's thing, and then the person was driving. So the Radha at Guru Maharaj, he comes very fashionably late for all the functions. Yeah, so that because that's so nice, In fact, I appreciate that late. Of course, sometimes it's annoying for some people, but it builds up this thing in you, especially in disciples, that separation and that eagerness to see Guru Maharaj, it's really a build-up, So he came when we actually wanted him to inaugurate the Ratham. He didn't come. And the temple president is very fetish about time at that time, Ram Sharan Prabhu. So he said, okay, we start. So he started the Radha Yatra without Guru Maharaj. So we started, we came, and it is a really main road in front of this. Before that, it was just a club, and it's a very big landmark area in Malaysia. The High Court is just opposite, and then the Selangor Club is here, and the Rath is just coming there when Guru Maharaj arrived. And of course, very majestically, he got down from the car. And, we were about 150 devotees following the Rath. And everybody, and this Makanlal Saigal came on time to inaugurate the Radha Yatra. He came on time. So he was walking with us. And everybody just bowed down. As we put the ropes down, everything down. And then we bowed down. And this person, he witnessed this thing, and later when the Radham reached the destination, that is a temple, it's a Lakshmi Narayan temple, he said, I have never seen such Guru Bhakti anywhere else. He mentioned that, it is really very astonishing, I think only in ISKCON so much of importance is given to Guru. And that really touched him. Though he was anti-ISKCON, that really touched him, So like that, Guru Maharaj really commands this respect. And the convention, it was near ocean. Okay, it's a seaside, let me put it that way. And these children were swimming, and despite telling them to be careful, the two boys were almost getting drowned. Guru Maharaj just swam in and saved the two boys. And Mayapur, of course, he's done many like that.
So he is Mahis Advaita Prabhu, one of our senior disciples and devotees. And he has done a lot of financial contribution to our temple. And he's still doing it. So he's got a wonderful pastime. Now he'll speak about that pastime about Guru Maharaj. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimati Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj Chiti Namani Namacharya Padaya Nita Kripa Pradayani Gaurakata Damadaya Nagara Gramatarini. Hare Krishna. All glories to Prabhupada. I'm very privileged and humble to be given an opportunity to talk among the thousands of devotees that our wonderful Guru Maharaj has. However, I'm very much grateful to Guru Maharaj. It was in late November 2005, when my good wife, Her Grace, at that time known as Dr. Ambike, and myself returned back from Vancouver flight back to Kuala Lumpur International Airport. We were very upset and depressed for two reasons. After leaving Malaysia, working, we left for Vancouver in 2000, only to be told that because we had lost our passport, we had lost jewelry and 500 American dollars stolen from our car when we went to sit for written tests in Vancouver. So we slept after getting emergency passport from the Malaysian High Commission in Vancouver, at the airport in Hong Kong on transit, and returned back to Kuala Lumpur with a heavy heart. Just then my wife realized that she had lost and left behind an important document in the airplane. So while waiting for her to go and fetch the document, I was just thinking on nostalgia when suddenly a very dynamic personality, a sannyasi in saffron robes, walked very magnanimously with two other of his personal servants, I believe, wearing the white brahmachari clothes. So I did not know then it was a wonderful Guru Maharaj. I just thought it was sannyasi coming from, a tour to Malaysia.
What year? 2005.
In 2005, November. So I waited for my wife to return and I told her, there's a sannyasi who just come. And it is always in our culture to give some dakshina to, a sannyasi. And so I said, I noticed he did not go through the normal channel. He went to the diplomatic channel. So he must be very, VVIP. But I noticed he has gone to the toilet. Let us wait for him to come out. Whatever money we have, we give it to him and get his blessings. Now that we lost our probability of getting a citizenship in Canada. So about 10 minutes he returned. We went forward and we just did what we call the full dandavat. And I took out our purse and we gave him whatever money we had. That's $300 US. So you said, where are you all from? You said, we are Kuala Lumpur. We just returned back. From where? You said, from Vancouver. Why did you go there? No, we are permanent residents in Canada. And we just returned back after this. Oh, I see. So, what happened? You look a bit sad. Yes, Swami. No, you can call me Maharaj. Yeah, Maharaj, sorry, Maharaj. This is what we told him, what had transpired. So he immediately put his hand on my shoulder and he said, don't worry, you only lost your passport. I'll give you a spiritual passport. Would you like that? I said, as you wish, Maharaj, why not? And are you in any particular organization? He said, no. Would you like to become my disciples? I'll take you as my children. We were just dumbfounded. I looked at my wife and she was crying. And similarly, then as I recall the incident, my eyes are filled with tears. I said, if that's what you want to give us, we're very blessed, Maharaj. No, now you can call me Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, yes. Then with his danda stick, he suddenly gave me a tap on the back and he held both of us very close to his chest. And this conversation is going on for some time, asking about our child and what we are doing. We say medical doctors and so forth. All right, that's good. And then we did not realize it was too much. So I said, I beg your pardon, Maharaj. No, please, you forget. Guru Maharaj. Yes, Guru Maharaj. Sorry, Guru Maharaj. Please, follow me. I said, to where, Maharaj? I told you, isn't it? Guru Maharaj. Sorry, Guru Maharaj. So we accompanied and we literally realized there were more than 45 to 50 people waiting and singing Sankirtan. And he came out and said, Hari Bol. And all of them say, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. He said, these are my spiritual children. And all said Jai. And we were very humbled and grateful that from nowhere, today, as we say, it's for Srila Prabhupada's mercy, that the Guru appeared in front of us and took us as his disciple. We were very touched. And then he got into the car, we both and gave our prostrations to him. A little further, he called us back. He said, I forgot to take photograph. Please take photograph of my children. You're so touched. I said, thank you so much, Guru Maharaj. You made our day. And God bless you, Maharaj. I told you, isn't it? You're now my children. You're Guru Maharaj. I'm sorry, keep forgetting Maharaj. I'm sorry. Thank you. And then he left. So that was one of the most memorable moments in our lives. A year later, I had the opportunity, by His grace, Uttama Chaitanya Prabhu was the late president then. And all along I've been reading books, and like what a great Shanti Rupa Mataji and Tadvik Prabhu said, we belong to the culture of Hinduism. And I've been worshipping many, today we call them demigods, but they all Vaishnavas and true devotees of Supreme Lord, from Durga Amman to Shiva to Lord Murugan and Ganesha. And when in Canada we were frustrated, we were looking for a place to worship. And it so happened, I'm just regressing here, on the Valentine's Day of 2002, my wife had stayed behind to look after father who had a heart attack, so I was with my son. I'm a good eater but a very lousy cook. So I told my son, why don't we just go and have some place to eat? So we checked on the internet, and we realized there was this Govinda restaurant in Shishi Radha Madana Mohana temple in Burnaby. It's on the way to the airport to Vancouver. So it was on a Sunday. We went there and we ordered the food. We were very touched by the simple city and the genuine prayer offered to the lordships before giving us, the customers, the food. And then I noticed there was this bookshop, and we saw a beautiful photograph, authentic photograph of Shishi Radha Govinda. So I thought I'll get it as a Valentine gift for my wife. She came back 2 weeks later, and we had then gone for the first Sunday feast in Vancouver temple. Ever since then, we became steadfast and ardent devotees of the temple, whereby we had offered. So perhaps it was Srila Prabhupada's mercy then, going to the temple in 2002, and later meeting our wonderful Guru Maharaj in 2005, which started this long journey of a spiritual and Guru relationship. In 2006, as I said, His Grace Uttama Chaitanya Prabhu gave me an opportunity, and after going to the local Krishna temple in Brickfields, I was looking for a place where is this ISKCON temple in Kuala Lumpur. I found it and came it, and on that day when I arrived, it was Nashima Chaturdasi. I felt I was not qualified in the midst of all the pure devotees, so I stood outside the gate and was selling, giving, freely distributing the tapes sung by His Grace Vishnu Chaitanya Prabhu and Parabrahman Prabhu's wife. And I got the blessing of some of them, and they told me that the next day the GBC chairman, our Guru Maharaj, was arriving there. And I came on that day, and I saw very effulgently dynamic personality with the danda walking, and behind him two Matajis were also walking. So as he walked, I touched his feet and put to my forehead. He looked at me and smiled. But that time the relationship was already started, little did I realize. And in 2006, I told you, I had the opportunity to drive Guru Maharaj from the airport all the way to Lumpur for the convention of the Vaishnavas. And during that time, he took us into what we call shelter. And then he gave us this big garland. And so out of embarrassment, I took it out immediately. He said, no, you're not supposed to take it out. When the Guru gives it to you, you must wear it. I'm sorry, Guru Maharaj. So that was another mercy of him again. And subsequently, I had been very fortunate, along with my good wife and my son, to associate with Guru Maharaj on many occasions. And in 2007, Shanti Rupa Mataji suddenly called up and told, Prabhuji, Guru Maharaj wants you to come to temple because your wife's getting initiated. Oh, I said, that's great, sure, I'll come. But he also wants you to get initiated. I said, I'm not ready. I've got a mustache like a demon. I have a very hot temper. No. When Guru Maharaj says you must come, I said, okay. So we came there, and Shanti Rupa Mataji interviewed us, and she asked, do you have anything to say? I said, no. She filled up the questionnaire. I did fill up the questionnaire. But again, by the mercy of Vaishnavas, especially today His Grace Srila Bhakti Mukunda Swami Maharaj, whom I had the privilege and honor of associating with him and assisting him in building the Sri Radha Temple, Gauramani Temple in Mantakap. I had the good fortune to know more qualities about Srila Guru Maharaj. And it was then, on that particular day, I was confirmed to be initiated by his Guru Maharaj. Mercy. So I can never replace or repay the depth that what Guru Maharaj has done to us. In all fervor and earnestness, whenever there's a possibility, I only pray to Guru Maharaj one thing, to be a doc, to assist him in whatever small way, in financial matters or in distribution of prasadam or in books of Srila Prabhupada, so as to keep him happy. When I see he's happy, my heart is filled with joy. So many a times, the other occasion was when Guru Maharaj had the stroke. All of us were devastated worldwide. And the first time I saw His Grace Sattvic Prabhu was crying in tears and saying, when he saw the physical body of Guru Maharaj in Bhakti Vedanta Hospital in Bombay. So we all planned that, like what they had said, Srila Guru Maharaj's second home is Malaysia and the third home is Australia. So we all were eagerly waiting for him, and I was given the mercy again by the Vaishnavas, from Simeshwar Prabhu to Uttama Chaitanya Prabhu to all the senior devotees, to be his Sarathi, whereby when Guru Maharaj was here for 1 month in Kuala Lumpur, every morning we would fetch him. I had the privilege and the affluence then, a nice car, an S class 320, whereby we drove Guru Maharaj every morning for the hyperbaric oxygen therapy, followed by lunch at the PJ house, and to proceed to Puchong for his rehabilitation. So this was Guru Maharaj's mercy upon us and our family. Finally, I would like to also thank Guru Maharaj for the innumerable times he shown mercy upon us and our family. He had, on the passing away of our only given Krishna's son, Vadanitai Prabhu, he had given a wonderful message and reassured us that though we all spirit souls and he was born to us as our son, he is gone back home to Godhead and always is under the shelter and protection of Krishna. What more can we want from a spiritual father who is so dear? Among all thousands of devotees, he shows his mercy, like what Shantiruma Mata said, irrespective of seniority, irrespective of whether you are initiated or not, whether you are affluent or not, whether you are single or married, he shows his mercy boundlessly to us and all. For that, we are very much privileged. And recently, I may humbly say this, that one night, Mahabhava Prabhu called me up and said, Prabhuji, are you free to talk? I said, yes, please. Guru Maharaj wants you to help in building a 108-bed hospital in Sri Mayapur Dham. I said, really? That is really a privilege. I've been looking forward to serve Guru Maharaj. So I said, gladly, and immediately I jumped on it. And wherever I went, it so happened coincidentally that at that place, Guru Maharaj will just return back from some country. I was waiting frequently to see him in Mayapur. I could not see him. And they said they're going to arrive on that day. So I had to come back because I'm a medical doctor and other businesses. But when I came back with a fellow devotee who was from Radha Desh, we were traveling to Calcutta. And I dropped him off and I was planning to go to the ISKCON temple in Calcutta. Suddenly somebody said, hey, one Maharaj has come, ISKCON Maharaj has come. So I ran to give and what whole and behold was none other than my spiritual father, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. So I went forward to him and gave my Dandavas pranam to him, and out of the blues he took the garland and placed on my neck. Tears of rolling down my eyes and cheeks, seeing how mercifully, how lovingly my spiritual father was towards me, maybe knowing that I'm the worst among all the lot. Just like a teacher gives special attention to the poor student or the less academic student, so perhaps Guru Maharaj is showing his mercy, and that's the only thing I can think of as my stance as his disciple. Among all the stalwarts who served him untirelessly, and for many, many years they have been that. Last but not the least, recently, when I had gone to Vrindavan and for Kartik month, I returned back. I sustained a fall, and I heard Guru Maharaj was in Delhi. So I made it a point, in spite of my handicap or my medical condition, I should see Guru Maharaj and get his lotus feet blessings and offer some Lakshmi. And His Grace Madhava Kanta Prabhu told me the address. I went there, and Guru Maharaj called me in, and he's looking at me. He said, "What happened to you?" I said, "No, Maharaj, I fell down." And at that time I lost the balance. Immediately he hugged me, even though he was in the wheelchair. Such is the love and compassion of our Guru Maharaj. With this, I pray to the Almighty Lord and to Srila Prabhupada and to all the disciples of him to kindly give him a long, blessed, healthy life, and he may recuperate from his illness, and we continue to cherish him so that he may fulfill the instructions of Srila Prabhupada worldwide and fulfill the mission of Srila Rupa Goswami and deliver many more conditioned souls like me back home, back to Godhead. Hari Bol. Thank you. Vanga Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,